UK is one of the countries that has played a significant role in the Kurdish issue throughout history. In 1991 was one of the important factors in the establishment and maintenance of the Kurdistan region, and is currently involving in training and reorganizing the peshmerga forces. Today I have with me the official representative of the UK's government in Kurdistan region, Her Excellency Rosy Cave, the British Consul General in Erbil, to discuss Erbil-London relations, reorganization of the peshmerga forces, promoting economic relations, and the role of the British companies in Kurdistan's economy. Your Excellency, it's truly an honor to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me. It's great to be here today.
How would you describe the current state of the relations between UK and KRI?
So I think the relations are really warm and friendly. We've got a long history between both the Kurdistan region and the UK. And I think over the last couple of years, that has only broadened and deepened further, helped enormously by the visits of President Necmettin Barzani in September 2021, and then last April with Prime Minister Masroor Barzani going. That was a real opportunity for our Prime Minister to reaffirm our commitment to supporting peace, stability and prosperity here in the Kurdistan region.
Yes. As the new Consul General of UK in Erbil, what plans do you have for better improving these relations with KRI?
So I'm lucky that relations are already really great, but it's a real opportunity for me to continue strengthening those ties, fostering new relationships and making the most of the opportunities that exist here. You'll know that we're very committed to working across politics, economics, security and human rights issues. So it's my chance to make sure that we can take that as far as possible in our relationship. We have a plan in terms of joint shared priorities. We're already working with the KRG on issues like digitalisation, finance and security sector reform. Education is really important for us, and we're really pleased that there are higher education opportunities here, including the University of London looking to open its doors here in September later this year. And obviously us working with the British Council on cultural ties. But importantly, it's those political relationships that are really important, and we're really pleased that we had Lord Ahmed, our Minister for the Middle East and North Africa, visit just a couple of months ago, and I hope there are going to be lots more senior level visits during my time here.
You mentioned priorities. What are the UK's priorities here in Kurdistan?
So we work across all sectors here. Obviously, in terms of politics, we want to encourage a united Kurdistan regional government that's well placed to negotiate with the federal government of Iraq. In terms of the economy, always looking for trade and investment opportunities, wanting to enhance the economic opportunities that are here, including job opportunities, particularly for the young. I think in terms of security, obviously peshmerga reform programme, and human rights, we're lucky to have had an ongoing dialogue on a number of human rights issues here with the KRG.
Mm-hmm. What step do you think is yet to be taken that will provide more improvement in the relations between UK and KRI?
Well, I think what's really important in terms of our relations is being able to work with a stable, united Kurdistan regional government. So I'm really hoping that some of the issues that are there at the moment can be resolved, because the more united the government is here, the stronger it is and the stronger our relationship will be.
Okay. UK is involved highly in the process of unifying and reorganizing the peshmerga forces. Is UK satisfied of how the process is going so far?
So you're right, we work closely with our allies, the US, the Netherlands and Germany, on the peshmerga reform programme. It is really important for us in terms of wider regional stability to make sure that we are supporting and providing advice to the peshmerga so that it can be a sustainable, capable fighting force. But that does mean that all peshmerga forces need to come under the command and control of the Ministry of Peshmerga Affairs. But we will continue to work with the peshmerga and with our allies on that.
Does the UK still consider ISIS as a serious security threat, or do you think it's no longer as big of a threat as before?
Unfortunately, we do still see a threat remaining from Daesh here in the Kurdistan region, wider Iraq, the region as a whole, but also in the UK. We're proud to be a member of the global coalition against Daesh, working closely with peshmerga here and also Iraqi security forces to defeat Daesh and make sure that they cannot ever again perpetrate the atrocities that people here unfortunately experienced. What we want is stability and security here in the Kurdistan region.
As you know, the exportation of Kurdistan region's oil has stopped, and a UK company that was known as the Gulf Keystone was working in the Kurdistan region in Sheikhan field. They used to produce 14,000 barrels per day. So the company, of course, has seen damages. My question is, how does the UK assess the stoppage of the KRI's oil exportation?
So I think you may be aware that the UK's energy policy is actually moving away from fossil fuels in our efforts to combat the effects of climate change. But we absolutely recognise the importance of the oil industry here in the Kurdistan region. We very much hope that there is going to be a sustainable and legal technical solution as soon as is practicable for all sides, given the importance of the oil industry in terms of the economic prosperity for the region.
Okay. What does the UK have done or plans to do to mediate agreement between Iraq and the KRI and eliminate the issues that are currently between them?
So it's very much for those two governments to resolve their differences on this particular issue and any other disputes that there may be. I think we do want to see that sustainable and legal technical solution as soon as is practicable for all parties. We work very closely with our embassy in Baghdad, and we will continue to provide advice and support so that a way through can be found.
How do you view the state of the freedom of speech, the rights of the minorities, and the women's right here in the Kurdistan region?
So I think you'll know that human rights is really important for the UK government. I think today, on the 30th anniversary of World Press Freedom Day, media freedom is a really important value for the UK government. We're very proud to be a co-founding member of the Media Freedom Coalition, which protects journalists and make sure that people are held to account, particularly if they are obstructing the work that journalists and media organisations are trying to do. We see media freedom as being an integral part of democracy, holding people to account, but also giving people the opportunity to form their own views and opinions on important matters. I think in my relatively short time here in the Kurdistan region, I've been really struck by the examples of coexistence that exist here in society, which I know have been like that for centuries. I think in terms of issues like freedom of religion or belief, supporting minority communities, it's a great example that should be shared more generally around the world. And then globally, I think we all know that there's a lot more to do in terms of women's rights. We have been working closely with Dr. Hanzad, the High Commission for Women's Affairs, Civil Society, and the UN, trying to look at what more we can be doing together in that space. The UK recently launched its Women and Girls strategy, which very much focuses on girls' education, women's empowerment, and ending violence against women and girls. So we're keen to work with people here to try and make progress, including on issues like conflict-related sexual violence.
Let's move to the elections. Elections in the Kurdistan region, as you know, has been postponed for more than a year now. November 18th is set by the president of the Kurdistan region for the elections to take place. But there are doubts that the elections will not take place at the due dates because of the disagreements between the political parties here in Kurdistan. What do you think of delaying the elections in Kurdistan region?
We don't want to see any further delay. Obviously, the elections have already been postponed from last year. I think we and our colleagues from the international community are quite clear that we want to see the elections go ahead in a timely manner and that they should be free, fair and inclusive. So we are meeting with all leaders, political leaders and parliamentarians to make clear our views and expectations, and we really hope to see progress soon.
Okay. Every year, a very large number of young people from Kurdistan region migrates to the UK illegally. You're now here in Kurdistan region. What do you want to tell them here from Kurdistan?
We want them to know that it is extremely dangerous. People risk their lives and their savings when they take illegal routes to the UK, including through small boat crossings. The criminals, the people smuggling gangs often lie about the prospects that illegal migration will offer them. That's why we're very focused on promoting job opportunities here in the Kurdistan region. We have a livelihoods program that's about creating jobs here in Erbil, Duhok and Sulaymaniyah, and also part of my job is about promoting trade and investment, encouraging British companies to invest here and create those opportunities for the young people of the Kurdistan region, who are, after all, your future.
So is UK offering any education or job opportunities through the programs at your consulate for the youth in KRI?
Yes, we do. We have the Chevening Scholarship Programme, which we're very proud of, and actually it's celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. The Chevening Programme offers an opportunity to future leaders, opinion formers, to study a master's degree in the UK, including people from the Kurdistan region. Last year we had 11 brilliant students go and do that. We are just in the final phases of selecting people to go this year. And we will be telling those candidates who've been successful very soon. I think if people are interested in the Chevening Scholarship Programme, I'd really encourage you to sign up to our social media and look out for announcements of when the next application process starts.
Let's move on to talk a little bit about your life in Erbil since you have arrived here. Last summer was a big shock for everyone in UK when the temperatures reached 40 degrees. But now you're in Erbil and it's very normal to reach above 15 even. How are you coping with the heat here?
So I think actually last year that heat wave in London and the rest of the country was quite shocking, and it illustrated how we need to do more to cope with these extreme weather events that we are only going to see more of with the impact of climate change. I think in my time here, it actually hasn't got super hot yet, and as someone who's cold quite a lot of the time, yes, but I'm quite enjoying the temperatures here, although I know more seriously that it will get very, very hot. And I think for me, it's a reminder that I'm very keen to learn more about the adaptation, mitigation and resilience plans that the KRG has in place for coping with more extreme weather events like even higher temperatures and flash flooding.
What has attracted your attention the most about Kurdistan so far?
Oh, wow. I don't know where to start. It's a fantastic place to be. I'm so fortunate to get to spend my time here. I think meeting the people who have been so warm, welcoming and hospitable, eating all your delicious food, but also having the opportunity to travel around the region and see so many beautiful locations and sites and learn more about the history.
What is your favorite Kurdish dish that you have tried so far?
So I definitely like dolma, but I have a terribly sweet tooth. So I'm a big sucker for all the sweets and desserts that you have here. I'm trying to limit my intake.
So Kurdistan is known for its breathtaking nature, as you might have seen a little bit of it. Do you think it is possible for Kurdistan region to become a vacation destination for tourists from UK?
Yeah. So we recently lowered our risk assessment for the Kurdistan region for our travel advice, but at the moment we are not suggesting that British tourists come here. What we really need is to have a more safe, secure, stable region that is a more conducive environment to enable tourists to come here. I'm really hoping that's going to happen because there is so much that it would be wonderful for the British people to see.
Okay. Do you think Kurdistan will become one of the places that you will never forget?
I don't know how I could possibly forget it. It has been such a fantastic experience so far, but I'm not planning on going anywhere yet. So I have lots more time to travel even more, see more of the region, meet more of the people, learn more about the history and the culture, and to form some wonderful memories.
Rosy Cave, the Consul General of UK in Erbil, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for watching.